In Maple Heights, Ohio, as 1993 approached, Terry Lynn Smith was trying to cope with the difficult breakup of her marriage. But she had set aside the morning of December 5th, 1992, to watch her older daughter, 14-year-old Nikki, march in the local Winterfest parade.
Nikki was my quiet child. She's always there for people, but she stayed to herself. She had asthma since she was 5, and when she's doing a lot of activities, it flares up. And I kept saying, march with your friend, but just don't blow the instrument. She said, okay, Mommy, I won't promise, I won't blow the instrument. I'll pretend like I'm playing and all that. Okay, Nikki, just do that. They had never had a Christmas parade, and she wanted to do it. She was happy, but you can't tell when Nikki, when she's upset, you know.
Nikki's friend, Sharice Ray, was also marching in the band.
Everything seemed to be normal until we got to the middle of the parade. She started gasping. She would wave her hand and say she was okay and stuff, but she wouldn't stop.
You okay? You need to stop marching?
I seen her grab her chest, and that's when I screamed for her, Mr. Chamberlain.
Assistant band director Nick Puen was a few rows behind Nikki.
The band director yelled back to me that Nikki was having trouble breathing. And we knew that she wasn't an asthmatic, and I thought, she'll be okay. I've seen this happen before. I saw this truck nearby, and I thought maybe if we get her inside, it might be warm inside, and she can breathe better.
Okay.
That's when she collapsed.
Oh, Mrs. Berkowitz, help me.
I started to get pretty scared there because she was not moving at all. It was just dead weight.
Firefighter paramedic Bill Wheeler had pulled the antique fire truck he was driving off the parade route when he saw Nikki was in trouble.
The band director asked if we could contact the rescue squad because the girl was having a bad asthma attack. And at that time, she collapsed again by the running board. She was gasping for air, and she wasn't responding at all to me.
I saw the band, and then I kept, like, you know, you looking for your daughter, and I kept like, where's Nikki? Where's Nikki? And then all of a sudden, 3 girls ran up to me. They go, Nikki had an asthma attack. She's in the ambulance.
We immediately placed her on oxygen, and she started coming around, which we were glad to see that. She was kind of groggy a little bit, but I mean, she was responding to us and trying to talk to us. We knew then, well, at least the airway so far is intact, which is what we wanted.
Here's your bloods. Good.
When I got to the ambulance, she was just sitting there. And I talked to her. I said, Nikki, are you okay? And she just kept nodding her head. And then she made a comment talking about, tell Grandma I'm okay. And I said, okay. You know, that made me feel good. I said, okay, she's fine. She just needs to get to the hospital. They're going to do what they always do to her when she have her asthma attack.
Take a couple deep breaths of that stuff.
She was coming around, and things seemed to be going good.
All right, get in. Thanks.
I remember just finishing up packing up our stuff there and getting ready to leave.
Marching band had, looks like maybe an asthma attack. Seems to be okay. We got everything done on her, so.
I think we're going to need some more help.
And then suddenly the squad doors opened, and Bill yelled for me to come back in. She's having a seizure. It lasted about a minute or so, but it was pretty rough. At that point, I was thinking maybe the brain's depleted of oxygen. We had the heart monitor in place, and we observed what looked to be ventricular fibrillation.
Leads are on.
It's a lethal rhythm. Instead of the heart beating, all it's doing is actually quivering.
I'm on lead 2.
Having a 13 or 14-year-old child going into cardiac arrest, that's a whole different ballgame. That's something you don't expect. She was in critical condition. So as we pulled into the ER parking lot, we went ahead and shocked her right there.
Okay, let's check her pulse. Any pulse? Nothing.
Don't let me forget to get Mark something, okay? Hi, I'm Mrs. Smith. I'm here to see my daughter.
All right, we got a weak pulse. Let's get her hooked up to the monitor.
At Meridia Suburban Hospital, Dr. Arnold Feltoon was the EMS director.
It's not very common for children to have primary heart problems. One of the things we would have to consider would be whether there was something more going on other than just a severe asthma attack.
Okay. Is she breathing at all?
We shouldn't be long. We shouldn't be too long at all. Yeah.
We was just sitting back there, and you know, we heard cold blue, and I said, God, we'd be here all day. I just felt it was somebody else, you know. I just knew it wasn't my daughter.
She continued to experience arrhythmia. That's what required her to be electrically shocked to try to get the heart back to normal.
Okay, check her pulse. Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Feltoon. Are you Dion's mother?
Yes.
The doctor came in, and he said, your daughter just went into cardiac arrest.
She had a heart attack?
The first thing I told him, I said, no, you got the wrong person. She came in for asthma, you know, and he talked about, they in there trying to breed her.
Nikki's younger sister, Diane, asked to see her.
The nurse took me by my hand, and she took me in there. And I looked at my sister, and she had tubes everywhere. She didn't look like herself at all. And that's when I, like, almost passed out. I was just crying and screaming and trying to make myself believe it wasn't true.
As 14-year-old Nikki's condition deteriorated, she was taken to Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital, where they had a special pediatric intensive care unit. Her mother joined her there.
I wanted to grab her then and just hold her, but I couldn't touch her. They wouldn't let me touch her. And I looked up, and then the screen went black.
We need some help in here.
I think I just went crazy, and that's when they took me out, because she went into another arrest. I just knew this was it. This was it. I'm not going to see her no more. I couldn't even hold her.
Dr. Dan Lebovitz took over Nikki's care.
Over the 4 to 6 hour period following her admission to the intensive care unit, she had approximately 15 to 20 episodes of abnormal heart rhythms, that all of which potentially could have led to her death. We treat many, many children with severe asthma, and they don't do this. So we had to find another cause.
At a number of times,
we reviewed very carefully with the mother what medications she was on regularly.
At least a half dozen times.
They told me they think that she had taken an overdose. And I looked at, no, not Nikki. Nikki don't take no overdose. It's like, when did she do it? She didn't show no sign that she was going to do it. I was excited, like, Lord, I can go in there and see my baby.
Your mom's here.
I was waiting for her to make a sound. And I kept thinking, Lord, let's let her speak. She just looked straight at me and said, Mommy, hold me, please. And then I did exactly what she wanted me to do. I just held her. You know, and I held her, I squeezed her, and I'm shocked I didn't kill her then. I was holding her so tight.
They said when I was in the hospital and I woke up, I told my head nurse that I had taken the overdose on purpose. It was a stupid thing that I did, but you learn from your mistakes.
14 months have passed since Nikki overdosed on her prescription medication. Both she and her mother, Terry Lynn, have gotten counseling.
I was going through a rough divorce situation, and I was almost making Nikki the mom.
I felt I was the only one at that time was able to take care of my mother and my sister, and I focused my attention on them and neglected to take care of myself.
We both had to do a lot of growing up, and we did. Now it's like we are at the road we're supposed to be, mother-daughter road, and it's great. You know, we get along, we talk, we have fun, we fight.
Since the incident, their counselor, Reverend Tanya Fields, has been very involved with the family.
I believe that Nikki has learned that life is worth living, that there are people in the world who really care about her. She knows that she can pick up the phone and she can call someone and say, this is too heavy for me. I can't handle it. And it's okay.
From the time when we were babies on up, my sister was always there for me. We've always had that sister-sister relationship, but it's gotten stronger, I know that.
When something's bothering me, I've learned to say something to somebody, because if I keep it inside, it's going to drive me to do the same thing again. And that's not what I want to happen, because I've hurt too many people by doing that. I feel I'm very lucky. Just to have made it through 19 cardiac arrests is amazing. Most people do not make it out of one. I feel that it was a miracle that had taken place.
Sometimes burdens are too heavy. You don't have to carry them all. Open up your heart, reach out your hand, and let someone help you. There are storms, there are struggles, but you can make it. You can make it.